Party all night is the best of the best, best friend weekend. We can party all night is the best of the best, best friend weekend. We can party all night. Shout out the whole podcast crew. Everybody already know what it do. When you really gotta kill it, ain't nobody gonna feel it. When you really gotta tell them it's my crew. It's best friend weekend. We can party all night. We got Ross moving, Lowe's, Rumble, Aldo, Nice is the uncle.
So boom, the little ep I'm about to run to you about is from Sunday, but I gotta paint the picture before I get into the events of Sunday. Keep in mind, I was messed up since Friday, about 5 or 6 p.m. I'm talking was just messed up the whole time, so messed up to the point where I'm waking up messed up, and I'm just drinking just to, shake back and just get back in that zone. One of them type of deals. So it's Sunday. And this is like the peak of just everything that popped off all weekend. I'm talking about boys getting it in. I'm talking about 4th of July, a light show, boys in other sections looking thirsty, chicks in other sections want to be in this section, one of them type of things. So keep in mind, boom, the fun all over. We did our thing, but I'm not even much ready to just take it in. So it's me, the uncle, and it's one of the big homies. And for the sake of the story, big homie gonna remain nameless. So he got us, all dipping and diving through Houston on this Sunday. So right before we take it in, hey, bro, I'm like, man, I'm trying to see something. And with this just brings me to my next point. So, big homie don't drop the ball. I said, I'm trying to see something. He took me to the perfect place, took us to the perfect spot. So we gets it in, you know what I'm saying? One dance turned into 2 dance. Cool. And keep in mind, we the only black cats in this establishment. Matter of fact, we the only cats in this establishment that speak English. Bartenders don't speak English, no hablo inglo. The bouncers no hablo inglo. The dancers no hablo inglo. So boom, long story short, man, this chick tries to gaffle me over $20, and the man's rumble could have lost my damn life or could have got real sketchy and hairy over $20. Being that I'm a man with words and I just kept it cool under pressure, and the fact that I was not about to get gaffled, it didn't go down like that. So I guess the whole point of the story, man, just stick to your kind sometime, man. Just stick to your kind.
I say, whoa, welcome to the Best Friend Weekend Podcast. It's your man Aldo Nice.
Wow, it's your boy Los, aka CA Pete.
Hey, check it out. Raj Move is on assignment this week. That boy got a couple of things going on in Denver. Maybe he didn't recoup all the way. He didn't recoup all the way for Best Friend Weekend.
Hey,
so
it definitely was a movie, boy. It took me a couple of days myself.
We'll have to give him some time. Different. We have to give him a little bit of time. But look, you see Rumble starting off talking about stick to your own kind, like West Side Story and shit. Mm-hmm. I know exactly the establishment he's talking about. I'm sure of it. And they have a history for that type of thing, but you got to remain cool under pressure and those type of things. He was doing some drinking. We was all doing some drinking.
Yeah, we was all a little overserved that weekend.
I think that you could kind of that's the story of everybody, right? Drinking and then waking up like, okay, I got to drink to power back up to get back on my level, and then being like, yeah, it was a drink filled weekend.
Yeah, it was a excessive amount of alcohol going on this past weekend.
They have been Best Friend Weekends in the past. Obviously, we've done other ones leading up to Phase 3.6. Shout out Phase 0 in Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. Everybody who was able to make it to that one. Phase 1 in Denver for the small group who was able to make it to that first one. Phase 2 that took place in Atlanta. That was crazy times. Phase 2.22 in Houston about a year ago. Phase 3 in DC. And now Phase 3.6 like literally took the cake in every which way, man. What was your highlights from the weekend, Los?
I think for me, my highlight was the bounce for the crawfish, bro. I think we put a lot of work in to make that happen. I was proud of us, man, and how we was able to come together and kind of team up and make sure everything was right and it was a successful event, man. Bounce for the Crawfish was probably my favorite. And Sunday was wild, but I didn't want to pick. I didn't want to pick that.
It's crazy because I felt the vibes Friday.
Yeah.
Friday at the happy hour like when the happy hour started getting later into the event, I started kind of getting them vibes that okay, this thing is going well. It's that we got a lot of people here. It's a good ratio of men and women. It's a cool kickback. We being real personable. Themselves. Everybody enjoying themselves. I was like, this weekend is going to be good. So I think that set the tone. Like you said, bounce for the crawfish. Regardless what anybody say, and a lot of people is saying. I mean, everybody's saying positive things, but it was a hell of an event, and and it just it's a sign of things to come. And you know, people didn't hit the block running. So let's do this, Houston. Shout out to Allen for being out there with the bikes.
That boy was talking crazy to people, wasn't he?
Yeah, that boy, he different, man.
I like him though. That's how you gotta handle business sometimes, man.
Yeah. Shout out to DJ Eddie, E.T.
3 times for E.T. boy.
Said
that thing for the crawfish bouncing
all the way off. Shout out to Ito Cajun Cocina. I mean, he gave us the place to host it and made a whole bunch of sales on the food truck. So you know, shout out to Ito's. Yeah. We was out there doing our thing, so that was cool. And then Sunday, like the thing about Sunday is, I think we had so much could let our guards down and breathe and relax that light show that we put on, like we did way too much.
Yeah, like 15 bottles of Hennessy. When the people say come back and say, hey man, y'all got to stop. We ain't got no more Hennessy. for an event that's when you're supposed to be able to get a lot of Hennessy. That's when you realize you've done too much.
I wanted to make a post where I was like, shout out to everybody who came and tag all of the partners. And I wanted to even make something that I would have said it on the podcast. But I really can't. Like, I'm going to forget somebody. Because everybody, all of the homies pulled up. And if you didn't pulled up on us. If you didn't pull up this weekend, I'm going to send you a text one of these days that says 0 for 3. You know what I mean? Because you had 3 opportunities to rock with the boy. I mean, like, shout out to Cello, shout out to Zeno, people who like came. 1 out of the 3, just 1 out of 3 is good enough for me. You made your presence known. But big shout out to people like Big Q who hit the 3 for 3, daddy, and you know, we had some other people who hit the 3 for 3.
My boy, my nigga B Mac now. Yeah, B-Mac. My boy B Mac pulled up with 3 people.
You know what I'm saying?
My dog Janine, she pulled up on us. Sharonda and them, Feet and them pulled up. Shout out, bro.
Yeah, so everybody who was in there for Best Friend Weekend, man. Look, it was a classic event. Now we kind of got a little bit of the infrastructure as far as how we're going to do these going forward. So be on the lookout for those coming real soon. Big Chief got him a 2 for 3. You know, all that good shit.
Big Chiefy. You
know, but yeah. And the merch that everybody was talking about, the pink hoodie, the green hoodie, we're going to have them. I'm sorry. It's mauve, bro.
I was just about to say it's mauve, bro. What you talking about? It's mauve, bro.
The mauve hoodie and the military green hoodies, we're gonna try to produce those soon. So be on the lookout real soon. We're gonna try to hit them out. Soon. Have those out for general consensus, general consumption. I'm sorry for the people. First things first, per usual. Let me let y'all know what burns my boudin this week. First thing that burns my boudin is having a cold during Rona season. Because listen to me, man.
Hey, you know what it is though? I think we was running so hard, your body just broke down.
No, that's exactly, dog.
And you don't take vitamins either.
I don't.
I noticed that.
You noticed that? I'm too old.
I doubled up on the vitamins that weekend, so I wouldn't die like y'all. I mean, I was hurting. But I didn't die. You died. You was dead.
Okay, so they got a podcast that we was or a YouTube show, and I'm gonna give these young ladies some pub. I don't know if y'all gonna like it or not. I mean, I only looked at a little bit of it. They just started. It's called Living Single in Houston, Texas. So if you go look up Living Single in Houston, Texas on YouTube, they had a relationship expectations episode that they did where they was interviewing people, and it just so happened to interview me and Los on Sunday.
Yeah.
If you listen to my voice,
you sound like shit.
That should tell you everything you need to know about Best Friend Weekend. Like, bruh, you think I sound bad, nah?
You sounded horrible.
I sound like Barry Winslow, man.
Barry Williams.
Hey, my voice was out of there. So
he was gone.
Nah, I mean I was talking to the people at work and I said, yeah, man, I can't really talk. My voice, my throat hurts. And that shit had been since like Sunday. I was like, yeah, I'm out of there. Yeah, and then I'm looking at everybody in the crib with us. They was in that thing coughing and sneezing. I'm watching everybody etiquette. Some of them boys was coughing in their hands. All kind of craziness, man.
Yeah.
See me coughing right now. And I'm
doubled up on the vitamins when that started.
But you're extra observant to what everybody else got going on during this season. So I told the people at work, and they was like, "Keep your ass at home." Los, what they doing at your job?
Oh, absolutely nothing. Just business as usual. They don't care nothing about nothing. You know, my job is probably one of the most highest places for germs ever, and nobody gives a damn. They didn't bring any extra sanitizers. I tried to get some Lysol. They was like, we don't have none. The nurse put out some she put out some hand sanitation wipes, but hand sanitizing wipes. But you're supposed to wipe down stuff. I mean, it's a bunch of nonsense. And there's only like 150 in there.
Well, so, our whole job was like shut down, but they told our office, well, just keep on working. And I'm like, okay. But no, once I told them I was coughing, they was like, don't come over here, self-quarantine. So, hey.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I'm chilling, man. They, you know how the weekend go.
Yeah. Especially if it's a best friend weekend.
Right? Crazy. Let me tell y'all another thing. That burned my boudin this week. So I was driving and I was dropping Raj Smooth off to the airport. And, airport trips burn my boudin just as a thing, but that's not what I'm going to go with. So Raj's kinfolk hit him up and he was on speakerphone and he didn't know that he was on speakerphone. And he was like, oh, I really enjoyed the podcast from last week. The one we did with you and me and CNH and Raj and then the other people in the general vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
And his point for why he liked it, he said he really loved CNH because CNH kept putting your boy in his place. And he's like, the little dude who hosts the show. And you know what burns my boudin? Self-realization burns my boudin. I guess I never really realized that some people listen to the show and be like, damn, Aldo is an asshole and we don't like him and we want them boys to put him in his place. And they always be waiting for like you and Raj to put me in my place. And what's crazy is that's just going to influence me even more to be, a 4.0. No, I mean just a 4.0 intelligent nigga being on my P's and Q's all the time and not allow myself to get played. And I think that's
people just know he does edit the podcast, so if you do happen to put him in his place, he would definitely edit that shit out.
I mean, Los, where's the lie?
I can't find it.
No, but it's funny.
You do get him.
I mean, thinking about the best friend weekend, like, dang, everybody kind of like think, oh yeah, some people listen to the podcast like they don't like what I be talking about. Hey, that is what's up. Like, I thought I was like the voice of reason. Okay, cool.
No.
I mean, Los, I don't know. Have you ever had that self-realization that some people listen to the podcast and say, hey, you know what? We hate Los for a reason.
Definitely. Yeah. I have that in real life. People don't like me in real life. So
that's funny.
Yeah, I live that daily. So that don't bother me at all.
I'm not going to say it bothered me. It just burned my boudin at like, oh, okay. Okay, y'all want me to
You thought everybody liked you?
What?
You thought everybody liked you?
No. Well, that's cool. I guess I know a little bit more. It's a little introspective, a little bit more introspective about how to go about these things and not let y'all boys put me in my place. Another thing that burned my boudin this week is daylight savings time, man.
Ah, that killed me. Lord.
How you been reacting to it?
Bad. Listen, every time I get up, it was time longer. I be like, I got to have another hour. Still dark outside. Every time. Like leaving the house in the dark like that burns my boudin. I want to be asleep. I want to wake up till the light come out.
But it feel like the day is supposed to be longer and such, right? The farmers get to farm more.
Oh, yeah, true.
Agriculture.
His food's still gonna be genetically modified, so it's not gonna matter anyway.
I don't know what that got to do with anything, but it's a funny response. Yeah, I mean, I prefer that. Do you prefer for it to be lighter when you get off of work, or to be lighter when you wake up? That's really the question. So, which one you prefer?
I'd rather wake up to the light. I'd rather be dark when I get off, man.
I mean, it's a cool way to think about it. I mean, I kind of like the idea of coming home from work and it's still some light outside. So it's pros and cons to both.
Yeah.
But that leaving to go to work in the dark is some nonsense.
Oh man, it's so hard.
I don't know that life no more, but still.
Shut up.
Why I gotta shut up?
I just put you in your place.
I love this episode because that boy CAP put him in his place. Anyway, let me tell you another thing. The last thing that burned my boot at this week. The last thing that burned my boot at this week is people who on that social media. I mean, these last two, the daylight savings time one and this one I've said before, but just this week. People who like act like they Wojciechowski cutting because they breaking things on social media.
Thomas.
Everybody who like you're copying and pasting somebody famous. We know that news already.
Thomas.
You don't have to tell us that Donovan Mitchell got coronavirus. We know.
Thomas.
We know. We know.
Thomas.
I don't need to
about it,
see it
though.
on everybody Facebook and Instagram posts. I don't.
Somebody didn't know. That's the thing. Like somebody did not know that. I don't know why they burn your boot. Somebody didn't know. Somebody
Nobody
don't have
didn't
alerts.
know.
No, somebody don't have alerts. Somebody didn't have, or they got an Android or something. Somebody did not know that.
Somebody else posted on their wall though. You don't have to be that person.
And somebody didn't know. You helped somebody out. Okay, how many walls is posted on? Somebody didn't know that.
I don't believe you. That somebody text them. They're in a text group.
When I was leaving work today, I said, "Great, you heard?" She's like, no, it was Finch. I said, "Boy, you heard?" He's like, "What?" I say, Donovan Mitchell got that daddy. He was like, "What?" I was like, "Man, where you been?" He's like, "At work." I like, "Me too, but come on now."
Well, you know
like,
that means
got it.
Finch actually at work and you be playing.
No, I just work well enough and efficient enough to be able to check my phone when I need to. If the damn ESPN go done. I'm
That's
efficient.
funny. I heard somebody say they didn't say burn their boot at, but they basically put it in these words. They was like they hate when they was like parents stop calling your kids during school. I thought that was hilarious. I think that's hilarious because parents actually be like, "Girl, what you doing?" That's my mama on my cell phone right here.
Yeah.
Anyway, bringing it back to that subject because we just talked about the social media updates and everything. Corona, man. Corona shutting down everything, man.
They gonna shut the world down, man.
It's crazy how quickly that Corona daddy then took over and everything like that. It started with like the fans at the soccer games. Like they had no fans at the soccer games. Then it's golf tournaments. And the next thing you know, it's the NBA. Then Rudy Gobert got it. Then Donovan Mitchell got it. Now the NBA shut down.
Tom Hanks got that daddy.
Oh yeah,
Him and his wife.
South by Southwest shut down.
Yeah.
The rodeo out here, Coachella, Super Sunday,
You know
New
it's
Orleans,
serious.
St. Patty's
Ain't
Day.
nothing going down.
Like no big meetings of over
we
1,000
can't even have
people.
fun with St. Patty's. Oh,
That's what I'm telling
that
you.
was fun drinking green beers. But listen, I remember this when we was laughing about it and laughing watching Chinese people get sprayed down with Lysol Plus and all of that.
Who was laughing at that?
I was anyway.
Oh,
And I guess when I say laugh, we didn't take it as serious. And all the memes was coming out and all that stuff. And then next thing you know, boom, US got it. Like just that quick, like 4 or 5 days later. And now they done moved from there to here to there. New York came first, I think. And it's just all over the place, bro. And now they about to shut down the whole United States. The world really about to shut down right now.
I heard that they was talking like that you needed like a celebrity to get it for everybody to like think it was real. And the people on the news were like, when Tom Hanks got it, then everybody was like, oh, it's real. Was it Tom Hanks or was it the NBA? What did it for you, Mo?
NBA.
Yeah, I didn't really.
I feel like Tom Hanks should have got it. What you doing in Australia playing with kangaroos?
Stop it.
I'm serious. But I mean, it was definitely the NBA. When the NBA and they, I saw they got the move in and stuff. And then, I've been getting little things all week or last couple of weeks about, it's gonna come here and you start doing this. And I was just like, okay, whatever. They just talking. But I think secretly Houston had a couple of problems already, just didn't say nothing about, because we got the big international airport, and people coming from over there come off the plane with that Joe. So,
I mean, I would say I'm gonna come back to that because I think that's a good point. I would say that obviously when the NBA and Rudy Gobert had it, I was like, okay, that's it's serious. And I think that I would say Donovan Mitchell is like officially the first black person with coronavirus. I mean, Rudy Gobert is from France, so he's not really black.
He blackish.
Blackish, yeah. So we're gonna say Donovan Mitchell was the first brother with it. So that dispels that myth. But you made me think about that. When I was flying, 2 weeks ago when I went to San Jose, the ladies who were sitting in front of me in the plane had on a mask. Like, people been flying around like, on some corona shit.
Yeah.
It been more serious in different pockets for a while, so it's kind of like
you didn't take it serious at all.
Well, it's not that I didn't take it serious. I just was kind of like on some, what I'm gonna do?
Wear a mask and sanitize your hands.
I sanitize my hand, but wearing a mask is, that's not. You're supposed to wear a mask if you have it, not if you don't have it. Like,
I don't know the rules.
Well, that's the rules. You wear a mask if you have it to not spread it. But people who don't have it,
maybe they had it out. Maybe they had it in front
exactly.
of you.
So that means the woman sitting right in front of you on the plane had that Rona like 3 weeks ago. So coughing and shit, doing all kind of stuff.
Had that Rona reader with a touch of lime.
How you think that 1,000 people became like the limit to where it's like you shouldn't have events with more than 1,000 people, Los?
Cause maybe it's every 15 or 10, 20 people, and then it'll make it a pandemic. Like, say if it's more than 1,000 people, it's hard to control it. Like, you say you have an event with 100 some people, maybe you can control that little event where they go. You can kind of contain it. But maybe if it's more than 1,000 people, and say that 1,000 people get affected, it'll spread faster. That might be what it is.
I mean, I think that once you put a number at 1,000, which is a good round number, they know something. That, you shouldn't have any real large events, because I got an event canceled at work that was going to have like 200 people at it. They was like, nah, no events with more than 100 people is what I heard. Yeah. So my next thought is, I mean, you going to hoop if 20 people in the gym? You don't even want to go hoop now?
I think I'm gonna give me some miles in Saturday.
I was kind of thinking about that. No, honestly, I was like, I don't know if I want to go hoop with them boys. I think I'm just gonna be in an elliptical.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm thinking about everybody and what their job is and what part of town they stay on, and I feel like that's a little corona-ish. And I don't, what I'm saying? I don't know if Corona in the hood yet. You think Corona in the hood?
Corona probably in the hood, because hood people don't go to the doctor. So, and the crazy part is they don't have no, like, from what everything I've understood is the way that the administration is handling it, that it's not widespread testing in the United States. So it's not like you could just go walk in the store and say, hey, let me get that Corona test. If they think you got it, they're like, all right, stay at the house for 2 weeks. And if your symptoms get real bad and you're about to die, well, then come to the doctor. But otherwise, just stay to the house and don't infect nobody. Like, from everything that I heard, that's kind of the play right now. That's like, if you got it, don't infect nobody, but don't be pulling up to the doctor and getting everybody sick at the ER by touching everything and everything else. I'm serious.
Damn.
So, it's a big thing, that idea of social distancing. Like, that's kind of how the world is now anyway. Everybody on their computers and on social media and stuff. So it's not like we really, a lot of times, be around people.
Yeah, you can still FaceTime and see where you can see.
So they say
But then I think, okay, so when you get, does it just pass? You got to take some medicine? What?
I don't know, man. And we're not about to sit up here and pretend like we some experts on the coronavirus. Maybe we should have done that. But to my understanding, and this could be wrong by the time this podcast comes out, is that a lot of people are going to get sick and they're going to have symptoms of like a cold or flu or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're going to have that for like about a week. And then they're going to get better after like a week or so and they're going to be fine.
Okay.
But they say that some people in the population are going to get it and it's going to cause like pneumonia and it's going to take them out. some young healthy
Add
people,
fluid in your lungs.
yeah, some young healthy people, some old people. Like it's gonna happen to some people. So that's what, and then that boy might mutate and be something else. So it's a lot of different concerns with it, but
need the
that's
Osmosis Jones. What
that
that boy Raj said.
that is what he said. We need the
I can't believe you ain't never seen that before.
No, I never even heard of Osmosis Jones.
It's a cartoon. It's funny.
Is it for kids or something?
Yeah,
Like
it's in kids or something. You watch his Scott. He be going around your body killing germs or some shit like that.
Is it like for kids when we was kids, or is it kids?
Yes.
Oh shit.
We was kids.
I don't remember that. No, I don't know anything
I
about
want
it.
to say he be going killing germs or something in your body or something like that. But I definitely remember that name, Osmosis Jones. Watching that at school.
Oh yeah.
Raj.
I mean, it's like I said. I mean, even break it down to a macro level. Them boys was texting me earlier talking about somebody going, we playing poker tonight, and I was like, I'm not playing poker with y'all. I'm going to sit at the table.
Nah,
So
y'all gotta relax.
it's gonna be a team. It's gonna be before long. It's gonna be like, hey, we're gonna do this podcast. I'm not doing no podcast in the room with you niggas.
What? What? Hey, you see, I ain't pull up.
You went to your
I
own
came
home?
home. I said, okay, I hope that boy think I'm about to pull up over there.
with that roll all in the air.
That boy going to have to wait another 30 minutes till I get to the crib. Set my mic up. I'm not pulling up over there.
Let's be honest.
I got pneumonia.
We've been in the same general vicinity for the last week.
Yeah, I definitely would have had it if you had.
But you got them vitamins though. You've been on the vitamins like you said.
What heavy?
I just was drinking a bunch of water and getting no sleep. So I didn't know.
One of the reasons.
I thought
I wouldn't get no sleep, but I was taking vitamins and drinking a bunch of water. So I had one appointment, just the vitamins.
I mean, I saw people still want to make jokes about it, man. I saw some memes. Did you see them? It was like John Travolta. He was suffering from Saturday Night Fever and something, and they made they had a whole little thing. And then they had another one with Eminem. It was like he was the first celebrity with it because he went to the doctor and said his palms were sweaty. Something.
Yeah.
And they said all of the lyrics. So I thought that one was funny. But
the funniest thing. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I about to say the funny thing about the coronavirus, it got people flying everywhere for the low. Now everybody taking a trip, about to come back with that Rona. Everybody going everywhere right now. The next week they got prices to Cancun for $35, and you can go from Denver to Houston for $65.
So yeah, that was like one of my next big points. Like
bad.
if you're trying to go somewhere.
I'm not going nowhere.
But you're not. But you're taking advantage. So some people I heard earlier talking about you need to take advantage of the rates now and book in flights for like December at a low rate. But I don't know if that's right. I don't know if they're pushing the flights that far out for the low rates.
I'm pretty sure they're not gonna let that happen. But you can make it to the summer. Like July should be gone by July. Huh?
I mean, people with these because you take these cheap flights. And if you don't get insurance and then the flights get canceled, then you just pay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but if you pay, you ain't tripping if you paid $148 to go halfway across the United States.
Some people tripping over $140. I was watching Maury earlier in the barbershop, and the dude was tripping over $51 and was beefing with his mama and didn't want to talk to her no more over $51. That's all I'm saying.
But what was the $51 for, though?
It was just in his pocket. He said she went in his pocket and stole it.
That was for his weed.
Oh. He did have black lips.
He's supposed to be with his mom when she told his weed money. Come on, man. And
I mean, I definitely been seeing a lot of people booking these flights and going places. And I think it's, I don't know. I think it's still because I've been home from work this week, that I'm kind of sitting here like with a different perspective on it because I can't it's everything that's on TV. So I'm just like, okay, like maybe we should be precautious and do different things. Maybe I shouldn't be booking flights to go everywhere and turn up. That's probably not the most.
Yeah. Because this is my thing. This is my whole thing. If you go out the country, right? You go to Mexico or whatever, anywhere. And what if they say, you know what? If you out, you gotta stay.
No, and that's what I say about them Europe people.
That's my whole thing. Like them people say, yeah, he just did that.
They did it in Europe. Trump suspended all travel to Europe.
Yeah. So now, what if you out there on vacation and now they say you can't come back? So now it's a bunch of stuff you gotta do. You gotta find the money to be able to stay out there that long. Number one, and two, You know what I'm saying? If you gotta be at work, you gotta call them and see what, it's too much you gotta do for that. So I would just rather stay at home and chill and then wait till everything settle down and pay regular price for a healthy flight.
I know that people with them old like shipping containers in their backyard that's underground, buried with generators and shit, is they feeling like the smartest people on earth right now. What?
They excited. And they got canned goods from 2004. Still good. Still good.
All the toilet paper. Good.
Yeah, a bunch of beanie weenies and tuna. You know what I mean? So they are excited because
all the hand crank flashlights.
Yeah. Yeah. And that little skinny letter to go down in there with you mess around and miss a step, you're gonna break your leg. Got a bunch of first aid kits.
A little manhole with the hatch that you gotta unscrew the big wheel to go in that thing.
And a 45-year-old single malt bourbon.
With nothing but shotguns. And them people is out there too. The people with all of the survival people. Oh, they out there pulling out all the guns and shit too.
Oh, because first thing they think is, you got the corona, you gonna turn them to one of them alien things.
Oh no, not even that.
One of them zombies.
The government gonna destabilize and people are gonna start rioting and we're gonna have our guns. So I mean, a bunch of people probably sitting there hype right now, like they've been prepping for this forever.
Been making steel bullets all week.
No, they've been making arrows out of household appliances for their bow and arrow, dog.
Setting up booby traps around the house.
What?
Got their kids on their escape plans. If they come through here, we go out here. We escape here. If they intrude here, we go here.
So they said this thing about coronavirus and taking out old people. So I'm gonna ask this on air. And I said this the other day while Trump was making a speech, and I was just looking at Trump like, I can't stand you, Trump. Because from what I understand, Trump like fired the whole like department that was over this type of thing. Like disease, the crisis team basically in the government. He like basically fired them all and never hired nobody else for their position. And now this happened, if we had this thing in order, then they probably would have told us 2-3 weeks ago, social distancing, y'all shut down schools, this is all precautionary, but we only got like one case, whatever. And they had the right amount of tests and everything else. But Trump just being an idiot, I feel like has a whole bunch to do with the fact that it will spread like wildflower throughout the United States because of like Trump's preparedness. But I want to say this the right way. I don't want anybody to die from coronavirus. I hope no one dies. I hope no one gets really sick. But I just hope Trump has to go on TV and say, I got that Rona. I just need him to have to say it. I just want Trump to have to say he got that Rona, cutting.
Well, see, I think there's only two ways that'll happen. Only two ways. If he feel like that'll help him out in the race, then make him feel like he a part of the American people. Like say if it's buku people get it, and then he want to make it feel like I'm part of y'all, I'm with y'all.
Okay.
I think he'll say it then. And then the second one is if he just, like he been, say a bunch of people he don't like, he just been shaking hands and touching them. He's like, hey, you know what? Say, no, he don't get, or say he lose the race or something.
Yeah.
You know what? I had that Rona. I was spreading like wildflower when y'all dog ass. Now, but other than that, he ain't, off just moral compass, he not going to say that.
Because they had a dude who was in a picture with him like last week who tested like a dude in Brazil. A dude who was right next to him, shaking hands with him, having dinner with him. And that man got it. And like Trump still like, nah, I'm not going to get tested. Like that's so funny. Trump just don't give a shit about nothing. Corona, it's fake.
Fake news.
I mean, he got enough money. Like honestly, like if he get Corona, he going to be like Magic Johnson. He going to make it.
If everybody die from Corona in the world, Trump will live.
Well,
Bloomberg
gonna live before.
Oh yeah, that's true. You know, Bloomberg got enough money to pay for Trump to get the wrong antidote and get the real one.
That's funny. The other meme that I didn't mention was the one that they said about student loans, man. Like Corona out here canceling everything but student loans. I love that. That's funny.
Yeah. That's true.
Funny. But
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of when I said Trump getting it, I mean that was something when I played basketball with those older guys on Tuesday and Thursday afternoons, and and we said, oh man, this game gonna be a whole bunch different in a couple weeks when all of y'all going. And they start laughing, laughing and stuff like, you know, it was just a joke 2 weeks ago.
That'll be so funny. Well, it won't be funny, but it'd be weird if then you get back and be like, where's Benjamin?
But think about the people who could be president: Donald Trump, Bernie Sanders, and Joe Biden. All of them over 70. All of them was over 70. Stop it. All of them over 70. So they all like the people who could get it the worst. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's 3 people gone.
I'm just saying,
might get us a black person in there.
That's not what I was saying at all.
Oh, my bad.
Because we realized black people can get it now. Stop it. Donovan Mitchell.
But let's see how bad it affect them, though.
Stop it. Black people, stop it. This is not a thing. You know, I recently heard that they cancel Christmas. I just like when people say, nigga, you're going to have to cancel Christmas. I like that. I like that as a statement. No, they haven't canceled Christmas. But I thought that was funny. So another thing that I was thinking was this. Okay, so we don't have this issue, Los, but what if people, the two things, well, you have this one more than me, I guess. If schools shut down and businesses shut down, what are people going to do with their kids if they still got to work?
Well, if that happens, I ain't got to work.
Yeah,
my child will be all right. We good. We good.
She'll just come by you.
Yeah, we just come over here and we'll stay in here and play Uno and stuff like that and watch movies. As long as Netflix working and TikTok working, I'm good. She'll be all right. We straight. But I mean, if business is not working, you gotta stay at home with your child. Shit.
Well, I'm saying, what if you gotta go to work and your child is off of school?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't have them issues. Maybe they can just I don't know. Maybe they have one school that in the district or whatever that'll take all your children.
No, that's ridiculous. Shut up.
It's
gonna put them all in the fit. That's gonna be a gathering. That's gonna be a gathering of over 100,000 people. That is not what you want to do, Los.
Oh, hey, I don't know.
Kids gotta have to learn how to stay home by themselves. Starting your second grade, they're gonna have to learn how to just sit quiet all day.
I mean, we stayed home by ourselves early.
So this is kind of what the politicians was talking about how you need to have a plan where it's like, okay, parents who like you need to go home, you got to go home, and you got to be able to work remotely, and then kind of like as a country, that's something that we would have to deal with. But the other thing that I thought about besides the kids was how about them hourly employee people?
Now that's what I thought about. I don't know what they gonna do.
That's crazy.
That's bad for business right there. Think just say we had to go out for a month.
Mm-hmm.
Like we couldn't do nothing. Or even let's just say 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Couldn't go nowhere. That's 3 weeks you not getting no money. I'm gonna get paid. But if you work hourly, you done missed all that money. But your bill's still coming because you was at home all day. It's hot outside. The thing. It was getting warm.
That's the thing. I feel like the government, like I heard Biden say something earlier about the government should be putting together a plan to have like that you should be able to do 0 interest rate loans, like get a loan for a month that's 0 interest rate. That's kind of that answers a part of the problem, but you still have to pay that loan back, even whatever. So people don't want that. I would think that the government should do some kind of waiver, some kind of assistance on that, man. Nah, shit. Yeah. Pay for that shit for a month.
And think about it, if you miss 3 weeks of work, you're behind 3 weeks. Everybody's not, making enough money to put back, a month worth of bills. Some people living, check to check. So if you miss 3 weeks of work and you missing a check and a half and you get a loan, you still behind. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people don't understand. When you get a loan, you still behind. You hustling, trying to, rob Peter to pay Paul, trying to pay that loan back. I mean, I don't know. Like you said, it need to be some type of assistance to help people out. Maybe you send your electricity bill in and they give you, a little help with food and electricity or something. I don't know. But that can't.
I mean, you remember after Harvey when it was like, call this 1-800 number and tell them that you wasn't in the military. They need to have some shit like that. Hey, man, if you couldn't work because of Harvey, because of that Rona, yeah, go get that $300.
Put up the Walmart, get that $300.
Something like that need to pop off.
You going to get that 3? You going to get that 3?
I'm going to get that money, Cuddy.
I'm going to get that 3. I win.
If you an hourly employee, I ain't going to go get it. If I'm still if it's only for hourly employees, I'm not going to get that money. I'm not going to play. I'm not.
I know a lot. Yeah, you know what? But
if they say if you've been affected by that Rona though, that's a little different. And then I'm gonna go get it because everybody been affected in some way, shape, or form.
Some type of way. But if they say if it's for hours, because I really feel bad for them people. That's not even cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how long you think it's gonna take before shit. Like honestly, just your idea of when stuff gonna start happening again. I'm
thinking like 2-3 weeks. Because I feel like it's gonna take a week for everybody to really get everything they need to be able to sit in the house for a week or two. You know what I mean? Like, especially in Houston, you know how they do for hurricane. Once it start coming, we get the all the stores.
People in them streets, man. Ain't nobody at home right now.
Yeah, not right now. That's because they ain't said everything shut down.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. When they start shutting it down, because it's coming soon. I feel like the NBA doing it. I think schools are next. It's gonna have to be businesses and everything. And I think you want to kind of stop it from spreading. So the only way you can stop it from spreading is have people stay at home.
Them is big facts. I think 2-3 weeks is a little ambitious. I'm thinking about 5-6 weeks. I'm thinking like May, like the beginning of May when shit get back right.
Damn.
After Easter. Right. I'm thinking after Easter.
Well, if I ain't got to go work after Easter, they gonna, I hope they don't try to do no summer stuff, though.
Man, I went to church maybe 2 weeks ago, and the pastor, they gave out the wine to drink. No, they didn't have no wine to drink. Because they was they didn't want people putting their mouth on the cup. The
same cup. I always thought that was nasty that y'all did that anyway, so... I mean, y'all should have been changed that little.
One time for the Catholic Church for controlling the spread of coronavirus. We cold. We cold.
Nah, y'all the one started it. Y'all started the Catholic Church.
What's funny is
5,000 people put their one.
Where's the Catholic Church? Where's our headquarters? The Vatican City in Rome, in Italy.
Y'all
where all the people getting took out in.
Drunk out that one cup. 2 million people out of one cup.
That's crazy.
And they don't wash it out.
That's crazy.
Yep, y'all started it. We got what call it government? I found it. I know where it started at, man.
No, man, we know where it started. The Wuchin province, man. Stop that. The Wuchin province of South Korea, or where? China, man. That's what it happened, man. Stop making up lies. We don't make up lies on this show, bro.
It was the Catholic part of China.
I just think it's crazy because people as long as it ain't affecting them, boys is gonna live it up off this Rona in the meantime. I mean, it's, like you said, man, maybe we do need to book our little best friend weekend phase 4 tickets.
Oh, for the future?
Yeah, for the future.
Oh, yeah. I'm about to say soon, but no, I ain't got it in me. I gotta
rest. I need this Corona rest.
What? I can't wait. Well, I spring break next week. I'm hoping if you give me 2, I think we're going to get 2, maybe 3 weeks of spring break.
That boy's doing a lot. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny, man. I mean, hey, look, while you spring breaking, you're going to be chilling. You're going to be at the house, resting or whatever. Each morning, get up, wash your face, brush your teeth, drink a lot of water, stay some fluids, but also have you some black coffee. So 5 young Xavier alumni have come together to create the Black Coffee Company, man. Y'all visit theblackcoffeecompany.com to check out their art, apparel, and definitely their coffee. With 5 unique blends of Colombian, Brazilian, Ethiopian, and Peruvian coffees, these brothers are giving you some of the best Java from around the globe and some food for thought as well. These fellas aren't only distributing quality coffee, they preach the major tenets of entrepreneurship, financial freedom, and community empowerment. The whole movement is dope, but don't take my word for it. Visit theblackcoffeecompany.com and see what all the fuss is about. The Black Coffee Company. Coffee for the culture.
Ooh, if you want to get coffee that's black, made by black people with no corona in it, go to Black Coffee Company, family, own business. They got many multiple, damn, I forgot what I was going to say. I had it in my head before you said it.
One time for Black Coffee Houston for coming out to bounce for the crawfish. Hey, and
shout out.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people was talking and giving rave reviews about Black Coffee being in the mix. So, we're going to continue to partner with Black Coffee on some other things. We didn't talk about everybody that we partnered with over Best Friend Weekend. Some people that we definitely partnered with were 24/7 Social, My boy Sid, man. Y'all boys real big
Shout
stuff
out,
with
good
the
looking
happy hour. Black Coffee and Ito's, Wakefield Crowball. Obviously, Wakefield Crowball. Let me
big
not
shout
forget
out.
that. Ito's,
Please.
Third
Yeah.
Ward Tours, Let's Do This Houston, and Black Coffee on Saturday. Along with the Uncle Trent. One
Shout
time
out.
for the one time. New albums coming soon.
Bounce for the crawfish. Bounce for the crawfish.
All streaming platforms. If you ain't looked
Hey,
up
Uncle
Uncle
Trent,
Trent, look him up.
You missing out, dog. Trust me. That's my dog right there. You missing out. And he danced better than anybody. Danced way better than Chris Brown.
There you go.
Play with him.
And on Sunday with Revolver
That's my
Reloaded, we linked up
Shout
with
out
them.
Polo,
so,
Brunchaholics.
yeah, Brunchaholics.
Polo, the Brunchaholics.
The whole crew,
Yeah.
man. One
Polo
time.
took care of us, man. Yeah.
One time for Best Friend Weekend again. We did it again. So something Raj brought up the other day that he's not here to talk about, but I just think it was an interesting story. He brought up the fact that the best basketball players in women's basketball, like high school and like college, you know what they all got in common?
Strong chin.
They all white girls. You never noticed that? Like the top player of the year in all like women's basketball and high school women's basketball has been like a white girl for like the last 5 to 10 years.
I don't know about 10.
I'm telling you. And
Oh, in 2010, yeah, you might be 2010. Who came out?
it got me to thinking about that. What do you think
No,
about
the
that?
chick from Stanford, the little chick from Stanford was
Yeah.
killing.
The Boomba Chick, them African girls.
Yeah.
And it kind of it's kind of gonna get to the point where I think it is. But go ahead.
Hey, I'm trying to think. You keep talking. I'm just trying to think any black girls who came out.
Why do you think that is?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know if white girls putting in the work. You know, are able to put in more work than black girls.
There you go. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah,
I think you hit it on the
able to
head.
Put more work in.
It's not that they're not putting in the work. I think it's that they not able to put in the work. Like when Kobe Bryant died a couple weeks ago, he died with his daughter and her basketball team. Did you see a picture of the basketball team?
Yeah, he shit on a black girl there. Maybe one more.
Exactly. So
where's it going? The whole team didn't die. It was a couple.
Yeah, but you get my point.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I got you.
the bulk of these AAU basketball teams for boys is black dudes.
Mm-hmm.
These travel basketball teams for girls,
yeah,
it's little white girls. I mean, I don't know if I'm tripping on about that, but same thing with soccer in white girls. I think there's not sports access for black girls like that outside of track.
Well, no, I say
like track.
They got
I see
access.
black girls run track, but
yeah, they got access. I just don't think they take advantage of it.
Okay,
like are they not? All little girls like, oh, I want to play AAU basketball. You know what I mean? Or are they able to even get on one of those? Because nowadays,
a coach, talk to it.
Yeah, I know those teams cost money, man. Like it's excessive. Like my little nephew on the travel. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My little nephew on a travel team that they want $1,100 for 8-year-olds to play AAU basketball. So imagine that's just for them. Like travel, that's your uniform, that's your uniforms, your bag. I think one pair of shoes. I don't know if they get shoes, but they pay for the gym and y'all 4 tournaments or something like that. Now for high school, we talking about $2,700, $2,900 probably. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Upwards of that. Just to go play some basketball. You know what I mean? Unless you the man. When you the man on Nike team, they want you anyway. You get sponsored, but everybody ain't got to be dropping in no summer for you to go play no basketball, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you get the $399 at the YMCA and keep it moving.
I think that I'm gonna say something that I always do this on air. I'm gonna work through this on air. Something I haven't completely thought out, but I think there may be some truth to this. Like, okay, so bear with me. The difference between black men and everybody else athletically has to be a real thing, right? Like I can't. That's genetics has to be a real thing, right? When you watch the NFL draft, and you're like, "Oh, Christian McCaffrey ran a 4.4 as a white boy," and you're so amazed by that. Oh, white boy getting up and dunk like whatever his name, something McClung for Georgetown, getting up and dunking. You're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Matt McClung, I think is his name, and you're like, oh, that white boy doing this. You're amazed when a white boy is doing stuff because for the most part, it's all black dudes. Now, it might have something to do with conditions. It might have something to do with socioeconomic status and a lot of different things. But I honestly think it has a lot to do with genetics. Like bigger, stronger, faster. It's a real thing. Maybe the NBA, and bear with me right here, is a league, an NFL, or leagues where you have to be the top tier athletes or you're not going to win. Like, if you don't have the fastest cornerbacks and the most physical receivers and defensive linemen, you're not going to win. So it's going to be all black people, black men.
Majority.
And the same thing in basketball. Like, if you don't have a point guard that's John Wall fast or like Zion athleticism or LeBron, you're not going to win because them boys just going to beat you. Them boys going to be way more athletic than you and they're going to beat you. Especially if they're good at the sport. My thing is women's basketball such a different sport because athleticism isn't really what you need to be great. Like, the athleticism
more skill.
Yeah, the athleticism difference between a black woman and a white woman might not be as big as between a black man and a white man. Does that sound crazy? And the reason I'm saying it is because maybe the athleticism difference between women and men. Because we can agree that there's an athleticism difference between women and men. Right?
Big time.
So
Big time.
If it's like a 100-point scale and black men are like this 90 athleticism and white men are like 80 and there's a 10% difference, but then black women start at like a 50. I'm not trying to be disrespectful by saying that, but let's say women start at a 50 and black women are 50 and white women are 45. It's closer, or maybe they're both 50-50. Who knows? I don't know what that is.
Well, I think it's all about the kid because you even kind of use that same thing to volleyball. They got those girls in the net, blocking everything. I think a lot of it is skill because you're talking
about technique.
Technique and skill. Yeah, it's just skill. Like you don't have to be. You can be very skilled and not be athletic at all.
Got you.
You know what I mean? You can be Tim Duncan is skilled out his ass. He's not athletic at all. You know what I mean? But the thing about that is, you like we talked about earlier, you got time to work and, opportunities to work on those skills.
Access.
So, access. So those girls, I think black girls are still more athletic probably as a whole than white girls. I just think white girls' skill levels are coming up and, a lot of times the access that they do have are helping their athletic ability as well. You know what I mean? Because now we know the way the body is molded. Now they lifting weights like men. You know what I'm saying? Doing the right thing, training the right muscles, quick twitch muscles, all those type of things like men do now. Yeah. You know what I mean? Those girls just as strong as me and you probably. Well, not me, but maybe you. No, but you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a different game and the way they train is totally different. Them kids putting in work at 8 years old, like it's like they about to get a scholarship tomorrow. So, it's all about skill. And I think maybe the way we know the body is catching up. Yeah. Where, especially in that sense with women, because ain't nobody jumping over the rim as a woman like that. So.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. And I'm thinking basketball. I'm just thinking like Usain Bolt and like the top levels sprinters, like the men's 100 is going to run like 9.7, 9.8. Yeah, but they're going to run like 9.8. And the top level women are going to run like 10.8. So it's like almost a full second slower. Yeah. So women aren't going to be as fast as men. And the dudes who go there's no woman Zach LaVine jumping from the free throw line and dunking. So in a basketball sense, nobody's going to be super fast in dunking. So if nobody's going to be doing that, then it comes all down to skill and technique. Yeah. And if you in AAU teams and Kobe Bryant is with you and helping you to develop and your parents are spending a bunch of money for you to be good at basketball from a very young age, then the best high school and then college basketball players are going to be white women. It's like because of the affluency.
For the most part,
yeah, in our society because they're the more affluent parts of our society. And that same thing happens in the NBA. Because, like, I made this observation a couple of weeks ago when I was with the homies hooping, and I said that you ever notice that, like, the people that we grew up looking at, the Iversons and the LeBrons even or whatever, all them boys super tatted up? But if you look at like the new generation of like Kyrie and all of them boys, they not.
Boys don't do tattoos.
And it speaks.
They suburb kids.
They suburb kids. They got access.
They got access. Hey, you ain't wrong. You're right.
They learn how to. They learn the skills, and they are black kids. So they have
Yeah.
that athleticism, but
Yeah.
they also have the technique and the skill
Yeah.
because they have access at a very young age. And all of those things kind of come together. And I mean,
Like it's just like now. And I was watching Baller's Life with Mikey Williams, right?
mhm.
This boy in 9th grade doing stuff that don't make no sense at all.
Yeah.
Right? Skill, can shoot it, can do everything. He don't play good defense, but he could if he wanted to. Right? They show all in this man's house. I'm looking at his house. I'm like, oh, okay. Then, you know, a day in the life with Mikey. He get up, somebody pick him up, take him to a trainer at 8 a.m. He go to a smoothie shop. You know what I mean? And get the right smoothie in him. Then he go lift weights somewhere, and then he go back training. I'm like, oh. And then he go upstairs in his house. You know, got his own room.
That's like QB.
Like,
that's like QB1 when we was watching at your house and the boy from Warren Houston versus the boy from Arizona. Come on, man.
that boy just it's a complete. I think like you just think if that boy from Warren Easton had that same those
That's my
opportunities
point.
and that access that the other boy had, he'd be light years ahead of. He's already good. He'd be light years ahead of where he is now.
You ain't wrong when you're
That's
right.
crazy.
I mean,
That's crazy.
the team that you coach, I used to coach that team. And the reason that I
Yeah.
used to always think that like we would come out second and third in most stuff is because, man, some of these kids in these other schools in the district had access.
Mhm.
And I mean,
Yeah.
in a couple years, they gonna all have the same coaching. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not gonna make up the gap 100%. But if they catch you up, that means you wasn't as good to begin with. Like
True.
I tell that to parents all the time. I'm like, you putting all of this money in your kid, just basically enjoy it until about the 8th grade when the other kids catch up. But between 4th through 8th grade, your kid gonna be a star. But by the time you get to 9th grade and they still 5'7", it's,
You just wasted at least $15,000 playing with that dude who told your baby
because they're gonna be on a sophomore team as a JV as a senior. I say sophomore team as a senior. Okay, so this kind of feeds into another story that I was reading. There was a CBS article by Sophie Lewis, and it was earlier this month, and it talked about the Arizona House of Representatives passed a bill banning transgender student athletes for participating in girls' sports. So
that has to be a real thing. Like, you can't do that. That's cheating.
I mean, it goes back to that point about bigger, stronger, faster between men and women. And but like a lot of people says that it's transphobic and unnecessary. Like a bunch of people are like, transgender children are being attacked at the will of the members of the government, all because they don't fit into their antiquated thought process. I mean, and they have a big thing talking about trans girls are girls. Yeah.
No, they're not. No, they're not. Okay, listen. I don't mind you want to call them she, her, and all of that. She, her, ma'am, all that, whatever you want to call it, that's fine. But you cannot, you still have a man's body. You know what I mean? No matter what you call yourself or put on makeup, all that, you still have a man. You have man muscles. You have men makeup. Like, it's like LeBron going out there and playing in the WNBA.
I got a better example. I have a perfect example. Now, I'm not on no side of the fence this. I just think that, honestly, like you just said, Los, we don't know all of the different words that the LGBTQ plus community comes up with or has for different gender roles. So, transgender, transsexual, all of these things. I'm not sure what all of them mean. I know that show, like Jazz, the little girl who comes on like that one network, she's been like transitioning for years, right? As a kid.
Yeah.
I know all of that. However, you're like Los, you're 100% right. If someone bigger, stronger, faster, if LeBron tomorrow said, I want to be a woman, he shouldn't be able to play in the WNBA because he's still LeBron. Like, he's still gonna. I mean, and we'd be like, she's LeBron, but she was born as a man, and she's way. So this is the example I want to use. I saw D Wade was in the news yesterday talking about he was mad that his son wasn't getting enough burn for Sierra Canyon, and I just thought about that when you said it. What about his little daughter now, Zaya? What if Zaya want to hoop? That's D Wade daughter. Zaya might be nasty at hooping in the bed, like taking scholarships away. Like, come on, man.
She might jump 6'6", 6'4",
and don't like
strong,
like D-Wade,
jumping out of the play.
jeans, like D-Wade jeans, like 6'4", flash jeans.
Well, what would you? Never mind. That's not funny. I was about to say. What would you call a girl flash?
I'm not. I don't have
Okay.
a name.
I was gonna say sash.
I was gonna say.
But-
That is funny. I was gonna say flesh, but you're like sash. Sash is funnier because sash is hilarious. Because like
Woo,
a flash,
sash.
a flash is like a little thunderbolt, but sash
Yeah.
could be like a little sash that's like
Yeah, and you know how they do the ripples
Yeah,
with
that's
it.
what I'm talking about. The little ripple, like one of them things in the Olympics with the little ripple ribbons.
Yes, that's the thing I was thinking about.
Sash. Wow. Flash and sash. I don't need it. I think you just came up with something that we don't need.
No, we need to trademark it just in case D-Wade try to hit us.
D-Wade gonna
And
hit
we
us
can
with
sell
that
it to him.
sash. Wow.
It's Flash and Sash.
I feel like boy, stop it. I think that is
All right.
I think that you can't let them you can't let them boys. I mean, you can't let transgender
No, it's
athletes compete with it. It's just not fair.
It's just like that. I mean, I think a while ago they had one that was a wrestler
That was
and was mad. Wrestler or something. Was it wrestler?
I think that was wrestler.
MMA, one of them. But like, they was like,
Fallon Fox was the name of the MMA person.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that thing was killing. I mean, that person, she was killing everybody.
Uh-huh.
And it was like, come on, bro. You like, and I can't really respect your record when you a whole man out here and, beating up women. And I remember they had I think it was a high school boy who was a wrestler. That's what I think I might be talking about. High school kid who said but he looked like he just wanted to do that just so he can win a bunch of meets. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Run a bunch of wrestling matches. I don't think he.
I think that story was in Tampa Bay.
Now cue that music up for nothing nice to say.
You know, they say if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all.
Nothing nice to say, but Al don't nice.
Ain't nothing nice. You hear me?
So I get it, man. Y'all want Bernie to win. I mean, Bernie Sanders is actually pretty dope. Like, he's a guy who really cares about the people. He wants everyone's like communal well-being to be the top priority in the country. He wants us, the rich to give to the poor a little bit. Everything kind of evened out in our country, and that we have some dope things like free health care for all. Like that, when we're going through big events like coronavirus and stuff, that we all have access to be able to live like every other civilized society. So I love it, man. But people actually want these policies. I saw that during the last Super Tuesday in Mississippi. I think it was like 80+% of the population of the Democrats went for Biden. However, 60% of them said they wanted universal health care, meaning that they aligned with the beliefs of Bernie Sanders, but they wanted Joe Biden as the person. So, I mean, it's a real thing. And I knew that black people wasn't feeling him a couple of weeks ago when I saw a pic from the 60s come out on social media. And it had Bernie Sanders protesting a civil rights movement and getting arrested. And I was like, damn, that's a real thing. Bernie was in the civil rights shit. I was like, damn, where did this picture come from? And why is it coming out right now? And I'm like, oh, it's coming out because they want black people to know that Bernie been with the shits. And I mean, he probably has been. But kind of like, that ship is sailed because of one thing. It's the socialist thing. Now, a word can mean a lot of things, but people who don't know a lot look at the word socialist and they think about communist and they think about fascist and all of these other things like kind of together, like specifically communist and socialist. Like communist means bad, socialist means good, or socialist is just as bad. And they equate those things with electability. Like that Bernie Sanders will not beat Trump because people are going to call him a socialist. And that's what I think happened, right? We decided. I don't know who. I don't know when. But we made the decision that Biden is the dude. He's the dude who could beat Trump. Trump them been trying to get him out of the election for months before it even started. And now he the dude who years ago said he wanted to take Trump behind the woodshed and beat him up. Now he going to get his chance. Like one-on-one, debating, politicking, doing all this stuff to go ahead and try to be the president. But now y'all on social media talking about y'all hate Biden. And when I say y'all, I'm talking about black people. Like, oh, this and that and the third and this and that about, oh, Biden ain't never did this for us. Where Biden was at when this was happening. Why Biden wasn't helping Obama to do something when he was in the office and yada, 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 and so on and so forth. Come on, black people. Let's get it together. Hating on Biden will get us nowhere. It is all about one thing: beating Trump. Is Biden Obama? No. Is Biden going to be the second black president? No. Is he going to be Bill Clinton even? Probably not. But guess what? He is not Donald Trump. And I ain't got nothing nice to say about people who even considering not voting for whoever the Democratic candidate is. So I won't say nothing at all.
I feel like with Biden, you know how you we want him, that's what we want, that's what we want, that's what we want. And then you get him, you be like, this toy ain't all that good. Like,
exactly.
You been watching some on TV, oh my, I want that toy, I want that toy, I want that toy, I want that toy. And she get it for you for Christmas, you open the thing up like, ooh, it don't, I thought it top, the head don't spin around? This ain't a good one, Mom. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's what black people think about Biden, man. Everything was all good when, he was the man behind the man. You know what I mean? He really had no responsibilities. All he do was go back, go around and not mess nothing completely up. But when you got somebody being the leader of the free country, the free world, you're like, you don't want that.
He'll never be the leader of the free world because the leader of the free world was Papa Doc.
Papa Doc.
It was Papa Doc. So let's not ever get that twisted.
That's why he needs. Roger would have had that going for 15 minutes.
Yeah, man. Like
shout out Raj, man. I hope everything okay over there, bro.
Yeah, man. But I mean, I look at Biden and I'm like, that's we're gonna see the battle of these two dudes, and my one concern is that Biden don't say stuff that's too like radical because he kind of old and he be having senior moments. He got to get his shit together to get out there and get it. But that's the person we running with, and I'm interested to see him running with Trump and go on from here. The debate
gonna be a real dumb. It's gonna be a real dumb debate though.
It's gonna be a debate with just 2 people in the room because they're not letting no 100 people in the room around them old ass motherfuckers.
They're gonna do it on Skype.
Boy, it's gonna Skype the debate. But one of them gonna be sitting in the White House. Biden gonna be sitting in his room.
Yeah, drinking a beer. Biden wild, drinking some single malt, double malt.
That's funny, dog. That is hilarious.
It's gonna be on Skype.
The one thing I'm concerned about, honestly, on the cool, what if they try to start that foolishness and be like, nah, y'all can't go vote.
Oh, that's coming.
It's too much corona. Y'all can't go vote.
If it go crazy like people have been saying, it's gonna be something real wild. If it does that, then they're gonna have you voting off Instagram. Like, gonna put a picture of how you liking it,
and that shit ain't gonna be.
You got the double tap. Who you want to be the president? Double tap.
Or maybe that might be the most accurate vote ever.
Because everybody will actually vote.
How did the Democrats win by 50 million votes? Like what?
It's on Instagram.
Because niggas who never left their house before voted on the ground
twice.
It's in the president. It's in Trump's story. Couldn't you got a president? Yes or no? You want me to be the president again? Yes or no?
You gotta swipe up. You gotta swipe up. That's funny.
No, man, stop it. It's ridiculous. Hey, man. Once again, we said it a few times, man. Appreciate everybody who came off of Best Friend Weekend.
Thank you so much, man.
It was
the
a
whole
movie.
crew. Appreciate that. Yeah,
we're gonna continue to get y'all some cool shit. We got some more visuals coming. We did the one with Icy Bryce last week. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that. We got one about to drop with Set Sail and Prosperity Cuts, and then we got Educated Ignorance. That's the next big thing that's gonna be coming up.
Next time we rolling that out. As soon as this boy get over this corona.
Yeah, as soon as I'm gonna go get me like a Michelob Ultra. It's probably gonna offset this corona.
Now y'all get you a Steel Reserve.
Huh, bro?
That's the only thing. Holy.
While you're laughing, I'm sitting in the house with that corona. They're gonna be sick.
Ooh, that'd be fucking. I'll be scared. I'm like,
y'all be scared.
I gotta have it. And I'll be like, I gotta have it. You got. I'm like, man, I got that.
You carry you like Donovan Mitchell, man. I don't like how they tried to play Rudy Gobert, but the thing is, they was like he was touching everything and he was being careless with everybody else's health. And you know what I thought was interesting is that I kind of felt like it was wild to say that about the man after he caught coronavirus and basically the connotation is that he gave it to Donovan Mitchell. But who's to say that Donovan Mitchell didn't give it to him? And he just don't have no symptoms. Like
not yet, exactly.
Yeah, like
they say he was being careless in the locker room.
Yeah.
Like my thing is like he knew he had the corona and he was just around there touching people and spitting on folk.
That's crazy. I mean, and even with that, somebody had to say it out the locker room. Them boys actually feel that way about him.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Them boys is like, you know what? Fuck Rudy. He was over there running around touching shit.
Yeah, they want to fight him. He knew he had this shit.
Y'all can want to fight me all y'all want. I'm 7 foot.
Cause Donovan Mitchell looked like he wanted to do, like he knew he had that shit, man. He looked like one of them type of cats. He knew he had that. He gave it to me.
Yeah, man. Shit. Well, look, I'm out of stuff, man. I gotta go take me some medicine to get my voice back, man. Until next week, man. Look, y'all have a great weekend. Make it a best friend weekend. And we out.
Oh, you looking for a freak? I'm the biggest one. I could do a trick you ain't know and make you come. Big ghetto booty, bougie, choosy. Ain't giving up the pussy for a dinner and a movie. I need me a nasty nigga that don't care. Broke up with my ex cause I had the nigga scared. You ain't eating what you here for. Baby, I'm a nympho. Wanna keep a nigga on rock like a Flintstone. Real freaks don't trip. They come in and dip. Treat him like party favors. I pass him like chips. Get my nut, then what? I'm back to business. A good lick, hella tricks. That's all he get.